Analog equipment is not only about vintage sound, but also about the feeling of working with real hardware. Many people dream of adding something analog to their studio, but don't know where to start. Today, let's find out which first analog device you should buy to really be amazed and feel the difference. And my name is Matthew Matthews, and we're going to get started. In a digital age where plugins can emulate almost any analog device, many people wonder if iron is even worth using. The answer is simple, yes, and here's why. First, it's a sound that can't be faked. Analog devices work with electrical signals, not zeros and ones like digital plugins. This means they bring a sound of naturally rich harmonics, soft distortion, and warm compression that is difficult to reproduce programmatically. Even the most advanced emulations can't yet capture this depth and volume. Second, of course, is physical interaction and inspiration. Working with real instruments is a special process. Unlike twiddling virtual knobs in your DAW, interacting with an analog console, compressor, or EQ gives you a sense of control and creativity. When you feel the resistance of a fader or the smoothness of turning a knob on a vintage instrument, the sound becomes not just a mathematical value, but part of the live process. Third, of course, is the analog character and its unpredictability. It is one of the main charms of analog equipment. It is non-ideal. Each device has its own character. A tube compressor adds a smooth sterration, while vintage EQs make the sound warm and fat. Even old transformer ribbons bring slight changes that make the music more alive and natural. Fourth, inherent depth and three-dimensionality. Many producers and engineers point out that analog equipment gives a sense of space in sound. Whereas digital processes often sound flat and sterile, analog adds depth and width, creating a natural stereo picture. Fifth, a legendary feature. The recording process is more important than its processing. When you work with analog equipment, you have to think about its sound in advance. If digital recording allows you to experiment endlessly with plugins, analog requires a more conscious approach. The right microphone, the right level of amplification, the right choice of compression and equalization. All this makes the production more disciplined and qualitative. Sixth, of course, is their unique sound. Digital plugins use the same algorithms for all users. This means that the same SSL or NIF emulation sounds the same to thousands of people. Analog instruments, especially vintage instruments, have their own personality. Each piece, compressor or preamp is different because of the age of the components, assembly error, and even the temperature in the studio. This makes your recording unique. Analog equipment is as much about quality as it is about approach. It requires meaningful production, attention to detail and immersion in the process, but in return it gives you a live, rich, and unique sound. Even a small analog chain, preamplifier, compressor, equalizer can radically change the sound for the better. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. In the world of professional recording, there is one device that no studio can do without. It is channel strip.
Channel strip is like a sound processing machine.
One device solves three tasks at once. And most importantly, it does it with a special analog character. What is channel strip? Channel strip, or channel strip in Russian, is a universal device that combines several key components of sound processing: a microphone or line preamplifier, EQ, compressor, limiter, and additional modules such as a DSR, saturator, or gate. In fact, it is a small piece of an analog mixer packed into a compact enclosure. Channel strip offers a complete solution in which all components are perfectly matched to each other. When you use an analog channel strip, the sound changes dramatically. For example, the voice becomes denser, more spacious, and gains natural depth. Guitar gains richness and dynamic control. Drums become more readable and powerful. And synthesizers gain that analog warmth. Channel strip is a universal weapon of a sound engineer. It allows you to get high-quality processed sound already at the input, minimizing the need for digital edits. If you're considering analog equipment for the first time or want to get your sound as close to professional level as possible, a good channel strip will be your best investment. But, as usual, the prices of these devices are prohibitively high. Any analog equipment is expensive because it's built with expensive components. In small series, with hand-built and unique circuitry, not only do they provide the best sound quality, but they remain reliable instruments for decades. So don't be afraid of high prices, because the instrument itself will serve you for a very long time, giving you that timeless vintage sound. I hope with this video I was able to give sound advice to all those who are going to buy analog instruments for their recording studio. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, be sure to give it a like. It helps promote the channel. Subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you don't miss new episodes about analog equipment, recording, and production. Thanks for being with me, and see you in the next videos.